Hello. We're back with another sting of time. We have watched The Scorpion King for the 18th time?
Yes.
70? Yeah,
1/8.
180. If only it were a 180, then we would be watching backwards from now, and then we would not have to watch Scorpion King as many times as we will, having to go forwards instead.
No, we would. How many is that? 36. So
Yes, exactly.
we'd cut a third, I guess. But
Yeah, and it's interesting that you say cut because this Scorpion King was a bit special, even among other special Scorpion King viewings in
Yes.
these lands. You had created a surprise special edition cut of the Scorpion King.
I'm gonna edit this in. I'm actually gonna edit something on this one. So
I almost assumed you had to.
in the shared Scorpion King Google Doc, or is it a Google Sheet? I guess it is. There's a sheet that listed for every viewing of from 1 to 52. And we have a special clause that says that for 1 out of 52, either you or me, I guess one for us each, can hijack the viewing and do whatever we wish. So I could have said we're gonna watch it outside in the rain. I didn't do that, but I could have.
It was raining today,
yes.
So there was a big opportunity.
Instead, I recut the movie a bit, I should say. A bit. Do you feel like it was a... Well, okay, we could split this up into two, because I was gonna ask you, do you feel like it made for a better viewing? Which I think automatically is a yes.
Yes, it automatically became a better viewing.
Probably could have done nothing good to it, and it would have still been better because it would have been new. And it allows you to focus a bit more in the movie. I focused a bit more in the movie.
Yeah, I'll say that at the start of the viewing, I wasn't sure what was special about it, and it really, really messed with my head because you said, like at the very start of the prologue, when I asked, like when I started to realize we could add to it that this first time we watched the movie like this online, but with our cameras on. So that was also new. And I said like actually, wow, it's so weird to watch the movie with the camera because I have you in like my periphery over here all the time. And then it started to dawn on me like that. Oh, there's something special going on. There's something special that you want to watch my reaction to. And that
I should add that I didn't. You have new glasses.
Yes, I do.
And the only reason we had the camera on was because I wanted to see your glasses, and then it just didn't come off. I didn't plan for us to watch the movie.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that at first that it was just kept on because, like I said, it didn't come off. But I started to feel like there was some other ulterior motive. Which there might not have been.
No.
But either way, then at the start you said you can treat the movie like find. I never said this in English, but like find 5 errors, like between when you compare two.
Find the difference in the image.
Exactly. And then I immediately thought, oh, okay, you mirrored the entire movie, which it turned out you didn't do.
No.
But just because I started believing that, I started feeling like, is this mirrored? Is it not? And it made me really, really focus. And then eventually, obviously, it became obvious that you had made some more major changes to the movie. But in that small period at the start, it made me feel I have never been that focused watching The Scorpion King. And of course, I remained focused for the rest of it as well, just watching all the changes and edits and stuff. But that was like, really pulled me out of the, oh god, we're gonna watch the Scorpion King again, and it just became like, okay, we're gonna watch the Scorpion King. So that was an interesting experience. Not, it wasn't interesting at all, but it was an experience compared to no experience.
I think I put about 5 hours of work into this, something like that. There aren't that many scenes changed, maybe 10 in total or something like that. Some a bit more major than others. Did you have any favorites?
I haven't had. Obviously, I haven't had a lot of time to like properly digest and reflect on it. I have to say, I really liked the sucking out the magic. Yeah. Well, you'll see what I mean. I can't describe it. The magic guy. That was really great. And a close second, just because I have to respect the amount of work went into it. The Assassin's Creed interface was the inventory graphic was really good. So that was really cool. Though I didn't manage to spot all of the Easter egg weapons in it, and we had to go back and freeze frame that because I was too busy.
It wasn't really Easter eggs, because Easter eggs would denote that there's some sort of meaning behind them, and they're not just.
I derived my own meaning from it. So
everything is an Easter egg in my life, for I didn't derive the meaning.
Every day is Easter in these lands. But yeah, it was really cool. And of course, I also loved the Philos blowing up, as we have many times ruminated upon the timeline where that happens. Now we finally have seen how that comes to pass, and it was just as how I saw it in my head. Very good.
Yes, and I wonder if I have any favorites. I think I do like the sucking scene as well.
Yeah,
it's good.
Armpit dying several times. Pretty good.
Yeah, those are all right. I don't think they're they're that great.
You laughed pretty.
Oh yeah. At the whistle scene.
Exactly.
Because that, I think that's might have been, I did the armpit torches his head scene first. That's the first thing I did. So I had forgotten it because it'd been 5 days or something, and
nobody remembers what happens 5 days ago.
I don't put those things to memory. So that might have been my favorite, the whistle. The whistles go woo.
Yeah, well, do you have any other great, like behind the scenes insights into how what was it like editing these great, truly high effort changes? Did it start out being kind of like, hey, this is really fun, and then you kind of just didn't like it anymore?
No. As I said, there are not that many changes. Maybe I'll just put all the scenes in order somewhere here so you can see them all. But I did this editing work, which is pretty sloppy, but okay, after spending time editing other things. So I'm on vacation now, which means I'm working on stuff all the time. So I'd work on stuff in the day, and then if I didn't have anything to do that day, I'd have dinner and then chill out and then edit something for an hour maybe.
Yeah.
And it's pretty okay if you've decided to not care that much about the end result. And then I decided also to stop editing the movie the second I stopped having fun with it.
What was you kind of said this, I think, but was that at the exact moment where we always feel like we start to zone out of Scorpion King towards the end, or did you not edit it
I didn't do it
chronologically?
chronologically, so no. Though going into that section of the movie, definitely every single time made me not interested in doing anything. Though it is like the most God, I'm hearing myself through your headphones. Maybe you should lower me a little bit.
Lower your voice.
The most like God, what's the word I'm looking for? But like focus intensive and like what's the English word for this?
I don't speak English, so
no,
I wouldn't
it's
know.
hard. It's hard with languages. The most tiring aspect, I think, of doing video editing in the way I do it, especially like if I'm doing paid work, for example. If I just get a script, the most tiring aspect is just seeing something and then going, how can I make this? How can I make this thing that is not super super easy to like readable to a visual imagery? How do I put images to that? Like, what's a nifty way to illustrate this thing? And it's kind of similar if you're just looking at the entirety of the Scorpion King as a timeline. And it's not like I had written down some things I wanted to do, but then you're just like, oh, I'm just looking at the movie and I'm going, oh, well, what can I do here? What would be funny? That's easily the most difficult and tiring aspect of it. Because if someone just told you do all these things, then at least you know what to do.
Yeah, so it was basically like the kind of work that you have to just stop yourself at some point, rather than just keep doing. Because while watching, of course, we sat and like motor mouth the entire time, and once it was very clear to me what this was, I immediately just started going. I would be so good if this had happened. You could have done this here, which not in the tone of you should have done this, you should have done, but like you start seeing all the possibilities of funny stuff. But there is some sort of limit to how much funny stuff you can do.
Well, I also didn't sit down and watch the movie.
Exactly.
I just had it and then I clicked down parts. So a lot of it was from memory as well. So.
Yeah, so there were a lot of scenes where when we watched it, we're like, oh, if I had randomly clicked on this scene, this would definitely have something in it, and so that sort of thing. I really liked one of the edits I really liked. Now that I'm reflecting a bit on it in my head, the Ruby, the not giving Tutu the Ruby was really good, and yeah.
Yes.
I wish that he would be. I wish the kid would get dunked on more in the in the movie.
Did you even think that much about the fact that I put the Crisis Core music in the?
I noticed the music, but I don't think I connect it to Crisis Core in the same fashion you do, because well, for obvious reasons probably, but also when that part was going on, I was a bit like when I realized the music. Oh, the music is different. I want to really listen to the music, like listeners. I started like kind of over focusing on it, and I realized that I don't know where this music is from, but something funny is probably going to happen. So yeah, that's how it was. If you should have put some gungagas in there.
No, too much.
That's too much.
Too much. I think actually my favorite edit is Balthazar knocking out Matthias.
The cut after the
Yes.
bucket, that was really good. There were a lot of edits I felt that were really, exactly the kind of edit that fits into the kind of shit we say all the time. Like because like 99 or 93% of all the things we say when we watch movies, just stuff like he should have died here. He should have slipped and he should have just fell and died. This sword swing, he should have stabbed himself with the sword, which was also a good edit, and and so on. So it was good that a lot of those things were edits, because that's the kind of thing that makes me laugh.
Good. It's kind of sad that I can't just put this edit of the movie on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's truly regrettable, yes. That. But you can put the clips of it in this episode.
That's true. I could also just put them up as the clips.
Yeah, no context or anything. Yeah. Just like name it Scorpion King, random letters or whatever.
Well, that was the viewing.
How's your emotional state?
I'm all right. I think I'm doing this because I thought about not like letting this sit for a while and maybe in a week or two do it and then have a lot more drastic edits. But I should say, like, I didn't, even though there are some changes to the movie, it's mostly the Scorpion King. It's a vast majority the Scorpion King.
Yeah, there were some parts where I'm not sure that was your intention, but where you said something like, I gotta tell you that there's no edits for a while. Now it's just a movie, because I'm sitting like, can't believe this is so interesting. Oh, what's gonna happen next? And it's like, you gotta like, dude, calm down. Nothing cool is gonna happen. It's gonna be bad. It's just boring now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
But it didn't feel like. I feel like if it hadn't been that, we couldn't have counted this for a viewing.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't fuck around too much with. You can't fuck around too much with the movie, because then we're kind of cheating over here. It becomes something else.
I think
that's not what it's about.
Cut of the movie is like 4 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
So
you cut out a rather sizable portion of the movie after all with the bucket.
Yes, exactly. So it's a little bit less fighting, though. I feel like if I were to tactically cut 4 minutes, they would definitely come from the end. So it didn't really cut from the horrible part of the movie. But I feel pretty good actually, because this was okay. It was fun to see how you reacted to the movie.
I am the react master.
You are not. I feel like I shouldn't have been on camera because I can't sit still during the movie. It's really hard. But having done this, and also knowing that next time we could do the kill count, in which I will actually be focused on the movie, I feel hopeful. I feel good about next time, which is great. Yes. It's seldom I feel good about the next viewing anymore.
No, it was somewhat similarly to the Nosferatu viewing. It was like a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Viewing this one.
I should add. I'm also, because you had forgotten that this clause was in the contract. We can do whatever.
No, I hadn't forgotten it. It was more like it was somewhat vague. what the exact details of it
No,
were.
okay, you didn't know exactly what it were.
Yes, exactly.
But I feel being reminded of it myself, I feel somewhat hyped about the fact that whenever I could be submitted to an unexpected journey.
Yes, and I have not to speak for myself here, but I have a feeling that I will do something really fucked up for mine. So you know, now that I have been, you know, in a somewhat similar vein reminded of this existing, since I am not an editing lord, I will have to come up with something else creative, which I have no doubt I will, and I also have no doubt that it's probably going to be really annoying and not fun at all. So we'll see. We'll see what it turns out to be.
There's a lot of value in anything that is not the Scorpion King.
Yes, that's true. Definitely at this point. Actually, before we wrap this up, I was going to say I've been reflecting a bit on how we are getting pretty close to like the first echelon of viewing numbers, where we in the past have usually said like, oh, that's something that's going to be like viewing 20, viewing 24. So like we are almost at viewing 20x now. So that is both, you know,
in the viewing 2x.
Exactly. It's both a bit of a relief. It's also a bit distressing, but it's also because there is I don't like. It's complicated because I don't really like the feeling of like, oh, there's so many more Scorpion King gimmicks we have to do before it's over. But it's still so long until this is over.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a long
forever.
time, but it's not as long as it was when we said we'll do that, like viewing 20. Viewing 20 is in 2 viewings. What were we gonna do on viewing 20? I forget. You know, it's like that sort of thing.
It's I get this feeling where it's like you know, when okay, I'm turning 30 in the
Yes.
4 months, 3 months, 3 months.
I'm turning something in 3 days.
Yes. But you've already turned 30.
Yes.
I don't generally have much age-related anxiety. I don't know if you have. I don't think you do.
No. None.
But I still have had at times in my life, and I assume I'm going to have that, or well, I'm sort of having it right now, which is, you know, the thought that is, I have thought about, at least vaguely, what life could be like, or I would be like when I'm 30. Because, you know, 30 is a number.
It is.
And when you turn 30, it's just another day. It's just like, well, no, I'm just 30, and that's nothing, you know. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Not even nothing has changed from the day before. Nothing has necessarily changed that much 5 years ago, you know. It's not a big thing, right?
I'm already laughing.
So, and that you know, that is good in a lot of ways, I think.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it says something about how you feel about life and blah blah blah. But with the Scorpion King, it I almost feel a little bit cheated, because if viewing 20 comes around and I'm just like, well, I feel the same, that feels weird to me, because I feel like either we should have really turned into some sort of esoteric Scorpion King cult, or I should be like really dreading watching the movie.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, you know.
But I think both you and me have like this really like weird, contextually extremely strong willpower for dumb stuff. So in terms of being like I should be more, I should be more not okay with having watched Scorpion King 20 times, or I should have some kind of special feeling about that. I don't think I'm capable of it
No.
anymore, or if I ever was, because it's like it's leaning way hard into like uh, what should I call it? I'm inventing this term now, but we're going into the routine timeline head first.
Yeah.
I feel where it's just I am so at peace with this thing we're doing. It's just it doesn't really I can't get shook over it. I'm probably gonna and I'm really jinxing it now probably, but I'm gonna feel the same viewing 18 as I will viewing 48
Yeah.
at this rate.
That is a thought I've had as well, and it is a bit comforting in some ways. But if I had gone back and talked to myself at viewing 5 and I had said, this is it, this is how it's going to be,
there will be no epiphany.
Yeah,
there will be no great breakthrough. This is just what it is.
Yeah, I think I would have been
distressed faster.
Exactly. A bit distraught, I suppose. But in the moment, it's all right. Though the movie is still really terrible. It's horrible.
Yes, it's very, very bad. No good. This moment, future moments, past moments. Don't watch it.
It's do not watch the movie. We'll just leave it there. Don't watch The Scorpion King.
Don't watch it. If you're watching it, stop.
Yes. Especially if you're like in the middle of the movie, it's not gonna get better.
Turn it off.
100%.
Turn it off right now.
Just as we're turning this off. Bye.